Hello, Earth signs. This is going to be your elemental Earth mini cross reading for mid-October 2021. So this will be a general reading for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You can go back and check the other elementals for your Moon and Rising signs if you're not if this one isn't working for you. Okay. Before I get started, I did want to kind of let you guys know, I think the last time I posted a video, I shared some personal information with you, and so I really needed to take some time and step back to get myself, try to feel a bit more like myself. I'm back in therapy, talking to my therapist about it, and so I just needed to take some time away. If you're a website member and you haven't been over lately or recently, the full October readings have already been posted. They were posted at the beginning of the month. If you are interested, you want to go over and take a look at the full readings, you don't have to be a member. You can purchase the 48-hour pass. That gives you 2 days to go in and look at the videos. You can take notes or whatever it is you need to do. There's an article or two, I think, that I posted that's new, but I haven't written a lot lately. I am working on the classes. I just finished Module 3. I've decided I'm going to break it up into 2 separate classes, Major Arcana and then all of the PIP cards. So I should be done. I don't know how soon I'm going to be done with the Major Arcana, but I made it through Module 3, so I've kind of been working on that as well behind the scenes. For those of you who have emailed me to check up on me behind the scenes personally and to share some of your experiences, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde. We have a full moon in Capricorn coming up on the 20th. And so I'm going to just go ahead. The cards that I'll be using today will be the Radiant White deck. We will clarify with La Vida Sabila if we need to, but you'll get an opportunity to wrap this reading up with an angel answer card. Okay, I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign. Again, this reading may not resonate with you. You can always go and look at the other elementals, or you can go over to the website and see the full readings for the month of October. To do that, you simply click on the eye that's going to show up there. That'll take you directly over to my website when you get there. If you want to purchase a personal reading, you can go to where it says Tarot Consultations. And I think to get to the video gallery, you just go over to where it says October General Readings and click on it. If you are a member, you just do that for free, right? You don't have to pay anything. But if you just want to come over and do the 48-hour thing, you just find where it says the video gallery over on the side where it says Recent Post, and click on that, and then you should be able to buy in. I think it's like $3. Okay, so that's what I have for you. I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your signs and glyphs, just the earth sign. So I'm going to turn the camera around, do one more shuffle and rifle, and then we'll get started with the reading, okay? I've been working in my garden. I finally got my greenhouse up that I bought last year. Fell down my steps. This weekend, it's supposed to be dropped down into the 50s, so I'm going to I dug up all of the plants, bushes, and shrubs in my front garden right after the freeze in February, so I want to say March, so it's been empty and bare out there. But I've got over 200 plants. That doesn't include the seeds, bulbs, and corms that I have. And I'm going to start planting out my front bed, re-landscaping my front bed, so this weekend, if I can. My knee really bad because I fell on it. All right, here we go. What is at the heart of the matter? The Hanged Man. Ha! I'll tell you why I'm laughing about that in just a second. Okay, the Hanged Man. The Six of Pentacles. This is at our foundational issue. Some of you have an idea, I think. And I'll explain that in a moment. The Nine of Wands. What is the unknown factor? The Six of Swords. So 2 sixes. And then what is the energy of the near or distant future? Oh wow, 3 sixes. The Six of Wands. And what is over the entire reading? It is the Seven of Swords. Well, so first off, if you're new to my channel, first I want to thank you for being here. But let me explain something to you about the Seven of Swords. Traditionally, this card, hands down, almost every reader that I know that uses this deck of cards will interpret this card as somebody's lying, cheating, stealing, stalking, being nosy, gossiping, you know, some chicanery going on here. That is an interpretation. But I don't like to just narrow the cards down to just one interpretation because there's several meanings to this card. The other meaning of this card, I've seen it show up when it speaks about a house move. Okay? That's an old Etiella 14th century interpretation. Okay? So way back then, somebody saw that. Sometimes this is a house move. I've seen this card show up when it speaks about that you are rushing around and not paying attention to what you're doing. You know, here you are walking away with that, but you're looking back over your shoulder. Okay? Definitely things not going to plan. Okay? That's one of the meanings of this card as well. But the card says, if things have not been going to plan, it's either for 2 reasons. Either there is somebody doing some kind of chicanery around you. You know, they're lying, they're deceiving, they're obfuscating, whatever the case may be. And they're doing it in broad daylight. Or it is because you are not paying attention to whatever it is that you're supposed to be doing, and that's why your plans haven't been working. So let me put that out there to you first. The reason why I laughed when I put down this Hanged Man card is because this is a card of, let's just say, everything being stock still. Feels like nothing's going on around you, right? Maybe you just feel like you're spinning your wheels. Maybe your head's all in a fog. I know if you are a Virgo, you are heavily ruled by your sun sign. You are ruled by Mercury. I am a Virgo sun, Gemini moon. So both of my sun and moon are ruled by the planet Mercury. Okay, the sign of Gemini is as well. And so a lot of times when Mercury goes into retrograde, this is literally how I feel. I go really silent. I don't have anything to say. I can't produce any work, like outward work, but I can get behind the scenes and do a lot of old stuff. I always try to go back over old projects when there's a Mercury retrograde. I don't ever try to do anything new because typically it doesn't just work out, right? But the whole idea about rushing around and maybe not paying attention, that's how I felt. And sometimes I see this card will show up when somebody has a knee or hip or foot or leg or back issue. Maybe they have vertigo or migraine headaches. So that's why I laughed, because I was still, and the first thing I said before I put the cards down was, oh yeah, I fell and I hurt my knee all janked up too. So that's why I laughed. I was like, oh yeah, you're being funny, cards. Okay, so that too. But placing it here, when I said I think some of you have an idea, maybe it's swimming around in your head right now and you're not really doing anything, or feel as though you're not doing anything outwardly. This corona around the top of his head comes down to where these 6 coins are. Almost as if it dropped out of his brain. Okay? Now, the 6 of Pentacles is about the card of financial balance. It is about having enough money to share with others, make sure your bills are paid, you know, be generous and kind and philanthropic to other people and or causes. This card also comes up sometimes when you are being asked to weigh up or balance out the way that you are giving and receiving. Okay? Because here in the past, a lot of you feel as though you've been through some kind of battle. You know, that's a 9. And interestingly, it's kind of, this energy is kind of, I was going to say like the Hermit, but this is not a 9, but it's one of those things where you've been doing a lot. See all those wands back there? Let's say that was an 8 of wands before. So you've really been booking it. You've been doing a lot of things. You know, maybe you feel beat up, you feel battered, you feel bruised. You know, you're like, man, I just need to stop and take a break. You know? But if something crops up, I got the energy to get back in there and fight. So there's that 9th wand, right? There's some kind of movement here. I don't know exactly what this is. But if you've been waiting, you know, and it seems like nothing's been happening, the boat comes in and then comes the horse. So there's movement here. Okay? There's definite movement here. Now, I've seen this card show up when it talks about moving someplace around water, by water, near water, or traveling over water. This is also the idea of leaving, you know, old crap behind and going on to someplace new, from rougher waters to calmer waters. This is also the whole idea of, you know, taking your thoughts with you, you know, but you notice those swords are all at rest. So it's kind of like you maybe walled off for a second. You're moving with your own thoughts, or you're going through this, and while you're going, if you're actually traveling, this could be, you know, you're thinking the whole time that you're moving around. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I sound like I'm just talking but then we get the 6 of Wands. And the 6 of Wands is a great card. So this is about receiving some type of public accolades or rewards, or sometimes a promotion, or you know, your name showing up in the paper or in a magazine, or, you know, somebody, you know, recognizing your talents and your skills. It's about the hard work that you've put in. And I feel in one sense that that's true, because if I subtract the 6 of Wands from the 9, that gives me 3 Wands. So this is about the start of something new for you. When I said some of you have an idea. And maybe, for me, this could be the whole idea of this leading up, running around, rushing around, you know, not paying attention to what you're doing, nothing's going to plan. And then suddenly, Mercury retrograde comes, and everything stops. And now, it's kind of like being in limbo. So the first thing I want to do, it's always important if you, well, I think it's a coins, 2 wands, and a sword. And this figure's looking back this way, right? These 2 figures are faced this way. These 2 figures are back this way. This figure's focused on something or someone else. 3 people here, 3 people there. So maybe there are 3 people involved, along with those 3 wands, those implied 3 wands that are here. Let me find my book. I keep moving it. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Okay. All my books and stuff is all laid out, because I've been going through some of my old notes and things that I've taken as I write the class out. So the first thing I'm going to look at, it's important when you have repeater numbers, and here we have 3 6s, correct? So one of the meaning of 3 6s says great pleasure. I don't know about that. What you hear is them wrestling over a bone. I didn't tell you guys I got a dog for my dog. Yeah, he needed a dog, so he's got a little dog. Johann von Hund, also known as Spanky. So, let me give you the other meaning of the 3 6s. What am I doing? I'm going to start with the 6 of Pentacles here, because that's the first card that fell underneath this card. The 6 of Pentacles and the meaning of 3 6s. The second meaning of 3 6s. Well, it says that it tells of an exciting romance. And it implies that there may be romantic times ahead. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's associated with traveling while you're working. I don't know. It's quite interesting. I don't see the Six of Pentacles with any information next to this. However, this card with a six of any suit implies that harmony and happiness will soon be prevalent in your life. Be content to let things take their natural course, all in its right time. Let's go to these Nine of Wands. That's a good story. Nine of Wands. Let's see what the Nine of Wands has to tell us. You know what I like about the nines is nines are just they're like a pause before you reach the summit. Okay, that's really how I look at nines. You know, while you gather yourself together, you've been working and putting the nose to the grindstone, and you just got one more thing to go. Okay, so I don't see anything that tells me anything next to this Hanged Man. That's interesting because the timing of this card is 30th of December, so the end of the year, to the 13th of January. That's one of the timings there. Okay, the Six of Swords. It's a lot of sixes here. I'm digging it. The Six of Swords. Nothing about the Six of Swords here with this card, the Hanged Man. So now we move to the Six of Wands. These three sixes are really great. That's like the Trinity doubled, right? Okay. The Six of Wands. Nothing about the Six of Wands. But it tells of success after positive persistence, and tells of reaping the results of your efforts and positive returns for a job well done. Implies that your successful endeavors will attract public recognition of some kind, be it an article in a local newspaper or something more widespread. Public accolades will be yours and are well deserved. It indicates that efforts and endeavors to do with the arts and or the sciences will prove successful. It tells of temporary gains and small victories, and also a cessation of struggle. It asks you to have faith in yourself. It suggests that good news is coming and there is an improvement in a relationship. So let's go to this Seven of, because this is the overall energy. Okay. Doesn't tell me anything next to this card, but here are a few messages. This card encourages you to dare to be bold and brave and to take risks. It may also be implying that you are carrying a heavy load or burden upon your shoulders. It can indicate that dealings may be dishonest and not straightforward. In other words, it brings a message to be particularly aware of all proceedings and remain cautious. So that's another reason for you maybe to slow down. It says that if your plans are not working out, do not look to blame others, but rather look to yourself for the reasons of failure. It may indicate that the most likely cause of failure is hasty actions and a lack of focus or concentration. It can also be implying that you may be inclined to take flight from a situation rather than face up to and take the appropriate responsibility and action to find a solution. But it also tells you to expect a surprise or unexpected opportunities. And I'm sure that's one you don't hear very often about the Seven of Swords. Okay? So I don't really see anything that I need to, that really gives me any pause. I don't have the feeling of some ugliness over here with the Seven of Swords. I mean, because the truth is, if this is some new endeavor or something that you want to do, you know that under a Mercury retrograde, you should not be signing any new contracts or trying to take on any new business. But that if you have to do it, because you can't stop living life because the planets are acting strange, but that if you do, be cautious with it. Slow down, focus, take your time, get a second pair of eyes on it if that's what you need. Okay? So, formulate your question. Oh my God. My wrist hurts so bad. Formulate your question for the angel answer cards. I did mention that full moon that's coming on the 20th in the sign of Capricorn. As usual, when full moons occur, if you can wait 3 days before or 3 days after before making a move or decision, do your best, because all is not clear at the time. Full moons are highly emotional, and you may end up using your emotions and not your logic or reason or objectivity. Now this card says forgiveness. Isn't that odd? Sometimes these cards will give odd meanings. So let's see what the card, odd answers. So I don't know if this means anything to anybody, but it says that forgiveness can work miracles. When you release the past, a weight is lifted from your shoulders and a sense of freedom washes over you. Ask your angels to help you let go of sadness or pain caused by others so that you can be free. But this card can also refer to a need for self-forgiveness. It is time to let go of any guilt you may be holding on to regarding past mistakes you may have made. Give yourself credit for having tried your best, even if the results weren't what you would have liked. Focus on the changes you've made since then that have made you a better person, because there could be some opportunity coming up. And while you all moving from rough waters to smooth water and all caught up in your thoughts, something can come smack, bam. Okay? So be ready. So that's what I have for you. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, for October. Until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste. I do hope those messages help. Bye.